The House of Representatives passed House Bill 1 by Representative Zarang, which will appropriate $45 million to the Insure Louisiana Incentive Program. This is to address the property insurance crisis in Louisiana. HB 1 will be heard in the Senate Finance Committee tomorrow. Welcome to the Pelican Brief. I am your host, David Tapman. This is Season 1, Episode 2. So the first extraordinary session of the Louisiana Legislature is underway. The special session, of course, is very specific to property insurance, with only 2 bills being filed for consideration, and they both have to do with the Insure Louisiana Incentive Program. After a lengthy debate on the floor and a flurry of amendments, the House passed HB 1 by a vote of 90-8, with 6 members not voting. The House went into what is called the Committee of the Whole, and this is a process that allows Insurance Commissioner Jim Donnellan to take the floor and answer questions. The vast majority of the nearly 5-hour discussion revolved around questions by members relative to the previous Insure Louisiana Incentive Program and why so many companies collapsed following the devastating storms of 2020 and 2021. There were a number of representatives who peppered Commissioner Donnellan on current market conditions and what can be done to prevent such a collapse in the future. Many representatives who spoke talked about solutions that may be offered and will likely be offered in the regular session that begins on April the 10th. Once the Committee of the Whole was adjourned, there were several amendments that were offered and accepted onto the bill and attached to be sure that the program codified some of the rules that are being put in place. Also, there was an emphasis on ensuring that grantees would take a larger chunk of the citizens' property and casualty policies. Keep in mind, Louisiana is experiencing the worst property insurance market we have seen since Hurricanes Katrina and Rita devastated our state in 2005. 8 insurance companies with Louisiana policyholders failed in the aftermath of Hurricanes Laura, Delta, Zeta, and Ida. And many insurers who stayed have temporarily stopped writing new policies. Remember, the incentive program, this is a recreation of it that was done in 2022, but it wasn't funded. So the sole purpose of this session is to appropriate the dollars to fund the program that was put in place. This $45 million will go to companies and to help bring more markets to the state. And so the sooner the policyholders can get out of Citizens, the better it is for Citizens' property and casualties. About 10,000 Citizens policyholders per month are experiencing premium increases. For residential policies, those increases are in the neighborhood of 63%. And in the commercial policies, the increases are 76%. Reducing the number of policies in Citizens will reduce Citizens' costs for its reinsurance program that renews on June 1st. And that is, of course, the first day of hurricane season. I know that this is a lot of information. Some people may say that this really doesn't concern them. They would absolutely be wrong. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. If you are in any way involved in securing insurance for property in Louisiana, this has a major impact on you. And if you have not noticed it, it's because you have not received your renewal or perhaps your cancellation. We will be monitoring this process, committee meetings, and floor action throughout this very short session of the Louisiana Legislature. So stay up to date what's going on. You can subscribe to our podcast. It is available on all of the major podcasting services, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, etc. You can also follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also follow us on YouTube. Our handle at all of those platforms are at the Pelican Brief 225. That's at the Pelican Brief 225. We will work to release our podcast on a regular basis. We would love your interactions and comments on social media. If you would rather email us, our email is thepelicanbrief225@gmail. Subscribe, like, and share. If you have a good take, well, we may mention it on the show. If you have a great take, you may be our guest. See you for our next episode of the Pelican Brief.